The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Cats and kittens, welcome back to another episode of The Commercial Break. I am Bryan Green. This is my dear friend, Kristen Joy Hoadley. And best to you, Chrissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. How the hell are you? Thanks for joining us on yet another episode of this, The Commercial Break. It's not for everyone, but fact, news, or fiction is guaranteed in 15 seconds or less, or your money back. Go to the tcbpodcast.com website to collect your earnings. Chrissy and I just sitting here pontificating on time, space, and the theology of love.
Yes.
And I was saying to Chrissy that as you get older, like when I was a kid, summer lasted
forever.
3 years.
I mean,
yeah,
it was
forever.
long.
Every day lasted a year.
Yes.
It felt so, it was endless. It was a vast
It
pool
was.
of endless time.
Yeah.
And now it lasts for 2.5 days.
Exactly.
It's like I put my sweaters away, I take them out the next day. I can't fucking stand it. Things move so fucking quick.
It's
The
we're always
older
making
you get.
Plans for the next thing.
Yeah,
plans
it's
for the
like,
next
got too much
thing,
shit
and
in my
then
head.
yeah.
I'm all full up here.
I
can't
really
handle
full,
anymore.
too.
Yeah, I think that's why I forget things so often is because like too much stuff is coming in
Exactly.
and not enough stuff is going out.
Yeah.
And so something's got to be pushed
in the
out.
age of like instant everything, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I could scroll the internet for 5 days.
Oh, endless. You could scroll the
Straight.
internet forever and never see all that there is to see.
I know.
That's why I love that fucking Internet Archive is because like, I can go back to a time when things were simpler. When you had to wait 3 or 4 days for a boob to come up on AOL. Dial-up.
Right.
I think I told that story. When I first got dial-up, I was living
Yes.
with a girl, and we put the computer upstairs. We had like a bedroom and then a sitting room outside the bedroom. Don't ask how we got some, beautiful, complicated house. It was the landlord regrets the day that he ever rented us that house. To this day, I can guarantee you. But anyway, they had the sitting room, and we decided to put the computer in there. The old Macintosh 300 or whatever it was. Big, clunky machine that was sitting on a desk.
When it was a desktop, it was on a desk.
It was a desktop. It was on top of the desk,
and
the
then
entire
you had the
desk.
huge motherboard.
Yeah,
like
you had the thing. The
yes.
clunky thing. Yeah.
box.
Now, look at that computer. It's
I know,
like,
it's
it comes
sleek.
in a screen. Yeah, it's basically a flat screen TV with all you need in the back of the screen.
Yes.
But we put it up there. And the reason why we put it up there is because it was the only available phone line to actually plug
phone
in.
jack.
The phone jack is
Yeah.
what we had to have. You got a phone jack, you got that little box, you plug it into the wall.
We have a phone jack at our place.
No, why would you? Why would you? I mean,
No, I
look,
haven't
there
had
are,
a home phone.
No, you don't need a home phone.
In a long time.
But there are people that have them.
They
I know
do.
that there are people that have them.
Yes, my dad.
Restaurants and
My dad.
And your dad. My dad doesn't. He actually got rid of his, but he still has his iPhone 4.
Yeah,
So there's
okay.
that. Yeah. It like stopped working at one point. It was just like it wouldn't
right.
go on the internet or whatever. And he's like, I don't understand why it doesn't work anymore. Try to update the software. And I'm like, Dad, you would literally have to put a hamster on a wheel to update that software. That phone is from 2004.
I can't take it.
Yeah, I would. But so we put it up there. And then everybody was talking, and I was a little late to the internet game at that point. I mean, even though my dad was had a weird version of the internet,
yeah,
modem,
we had
phone
like
modem.
Prodigy and stuff like that.
So we get this AOL disc, and I put it in there, and you get whatever 100 free hours, however they got. You remember they used
Do you
to
know
come
that
in the
AOL
mail?
is still around?
Oh yeah, AOL is still around.
I can't believe it.
I email people with AOL email
I know,
addresses.
That's what Jeff the other day. We got some email for his business, and it said he was like, "This guy has an AOL."
I know. That's how I
email,
determine.
and I said, "Is AOL still around?"
Yes,
Hold on, I
yes.
got on there and look. Yep.
That's how I determine how close to death someone is. If they have an AOL email address, I figure they don't have too much lung.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a weeping eye. If you're a dog and you have a weeping eye, you're close to death. If you have an AOL address, you're close to death. So we put it up there, and the whole talk amongst everybody who had the internet at that time was how great it was that you could just download free porn.
Right.
So you go to those old websites, I mean, just like crappy, shitty websites full of banners, and you have to click on 3 separate buttons. And then I'll never forget that I clicked on that button that was going to give me a free image of a woman naked, and it took hours to download that. It was like... Meanwhile, the girl that I was dating was at work, and she came
But
home.
by the time she got home, it still hadn't downloaded.
It still hadn't downloaded, so I had to turn off the monitor, and then later on in the night, I turned it back on, and the image had completed itself. At that point, I was...
And then you completed yourself.
Well, I was done at that point. I was already like, well, I guess I'll have to use my imagination. Because the girl I was living with did not want to have sex with me. But anyway, but now we just don't even think about it. The vast technology. And I think you're right about this. I think time moves by so quick because we are always looking for the next gratification.
Yes.
And so our minds are constantly thinking forward, always thinking forward. And then, of course, we have a bunch of anxiety, so we're thinking backwards too. But the other day I was on the Internet Archive, and I don't know what I typed into that fucking Internet Archive, but it came up with a whole slew of old websites and now new websites that are dedicated to something called a Giantess Fetish. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Giantess Fetish.
Giantess.
Is a giantess, a woman who is a giant. And some of these guys are into the fantasy that a giant woman would come on by like a fucking Godzilla and stomp them with a heel. Like, that's what they're into.
I love it.
I mean,
for some reason,
I know. It's so interesting to me. Like,
yes.
If you're into something, it's likely somebody else is into it, right? And if it's not harming anybody, then I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Absolutely.
And if you want to fantasize that a Godzilla-shaped and sized woman is going to come and step on you, then cool, man. Whatever's cool. Right. But I went down this rabbit hole, and it just got weirder and weirder. It's like, Amazon women, like women who are like 7 feet tall, right? The women who actually exist. They are out there, have this whole fetish is going on, and they have these videos where they're like stepping on like dolls, right?
Okay. Like a G.I. Joe type
no,
thing?
not a, G.I. Joe type thing.
Like it's that size.
But then also they have the crash test dummies, I guess, is for the lack of a better term, and they're taking their giant feet and they're smashing them into into the balls. And I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. I know. Giantess Fetish.
Something for everyone.
There is something for everyone. Makes me feel better about my particular fetish. My fetish is having sex with this studio. I just can't. So I spend so much time in here. Yeah. I'm fantasizing.
New microphones.
Oh, these new microphones are wonderful.
They are amazing.
We sound delicious on them. Listen to that. That's top quality. You can't get that at Best Buy. You got to go to the real music stores to get those. We got ours on Amazon. So I wanted to play like a Giantess Fetish video so that we could get into it, but it's a little bit too graphic, I think, even for the commercial break. It's just got some stuff in there that I'm not comfortable necessarily putting on the commercial break. But I wanted you to know that there was this Giantess Fetish thing out there, and I think that we should, for our YouTube channel, that we should make some Giantess videos of you like smashing little G.I. Joe men and kicking miniature-sized human beings in the balls.
I'm down.
Yeah, we got to find a way to make money off this fucking podcast. So yeah, it's all about frame of reference. So what we'll do is we'll get you in a certain camera angle, and then like we'll have your big fat giant foot just coming down.
I've got some big stilettos.
I want to give an update too. I uploaded some foot pictures onto that foot fetish website.
Without me? I thought we were doing it together.
Well, I wanted to see what it was all about. I wanted to see if I'd get a couple biters on my nibblers. But I have not. I know there's so many fucking feet on there.
Well, I need to put mine up there.
There's tens of thousands of feet. Yeah, but you want me to take the pictures?
Yeah.
Isn't that a little weird? Is Jeff going to be upset?
I mean, it's Bryan at this point.
You walk in one day and be like, I'm carrying Bryan's child. Cool, honey. How's that TCB check? You guys making any money on that fucking show yet?
Oh my God. I was watching a show the other night on HBO. I watched the first season, and so a few nights ago, Jeff and I were in bed, and I was flipping through, we're like trying to find our next show, and I saw it on HBO. It's called House of Ho.
House of Ho?
Yeah, and it's not about hoes. It is about the hoes. The family name is
Ho.
The
Asian family. Okay.
Yeah, they're Vietnamese American, and they live in Houston, and so they've created this wealthy empire.
Okay.
So I'm starting to watch it, and I just was baiting Jeff to see like if he would be into it.
Yeah,
because I wanted to watch it.
Is this another fucking show Bryan suggested?
It's like, are you and Bryan talking about it? He goes, that looks like the worst show ever. I was like, okay, no, I was
cool.
like, yes.
Yeah, cool. We'll turn on something else. Every time I watch that Seeking Sister Wives or the Seven Little Johnsons, I think of Jeff like yelling at you about bringing that shit into the house. And Seven Little Johnsons is on again, and I just fucking I love it. I can't get enough now. There's drama in the house because the oldest child he's dealing with some mental illness issues, and the parents like called him back home. Like they didn't say he moved out on his own.
Okay,
and then there was a couple incidents where he got fucked up on like the fucking gas station weed. You know what I'm talking about?
That's
the KY or K9 or K45. Bro, why Bryan 3000? Whatever it is.
Yes.
And that shit is why you would ever. I mean, I guess when you're young and you're dumb,
When
you
you're
just
young
don't know
and you're
any
dumb,
better.
that's
And
what's
you don't
available to you.
necessarily want to carry around a pound of
Right.
kind bud in the back of your car in Georgia.
Purple Kush.
Yeah, and they live here in Georgia. Purple Kush, man. It's so dank.
The sticky icky.
It's the sticky icky. You want some goopy oopy? We were so stupid when we were kids. You want some dabs? Dippy dippy dab. Finger dip, finger dip. We had this whole language.
Yeah.
And it was so stupid. Like nobody could crack the code.
Right.
That sticky icky weed meant sticky icky weed. We'd have our pagers and it'd be like 911, 911, 1 + 7. It's like so stupid. Like the cop couldn't break the code.
know.
We thought we were just little drug kingpins.
Oh, yeah.
We had no idea how stupid we were. Now it's 2022 and you say, I want to, I'm going to go get some edible medical grade marijuana. You don't say sticky icky or dank weed unless you're 3. Or you're some of my friends. I got some dank weed. I'm gonna do some dabs. I'm dabbing. I don't even get that dab shit. What is that? Like the crystallized?
Yeah, I think it's like the sticky icky.
Oh, it's the resin. It's the resin, but
yes.
it's not resin from cooked marijuana. It's like the sticky part of the.
I think so.
Of the crystallized
crystals.
TLC. Yeah. Why? That's like a.
Seems like a whole process to me.
Yeah, it's
I'll
like
just go to the store.
That seems to me like a giantess kicking you right in the fucking head. Like, I can't even take the regular dirt Mexican weed. Like, why would I be able to do the sticky icky dab? The sticky icky dab to me sounds like a panic attack. That's what it sounds
Exactly.
like. Anytime I see someone, we went to that podcast party at Podcast Movement, and we went to those parties at the after, at night
Yeah,
because
it's
that's
all
where it
cannabis
all
stuff.
happens. Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, the smell of marijuana is just pervasive everywhere now. And even though it's not
really
legal in
is.
Dallas, it's decriminalized, I think. Like it is here in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And, you'd be riding down the street in Georgia and it just smells like weed.
It does.
Everybody is smoking fucking weed.
Yes.
And God bless. Okay. That's what we were all hoping for when we were kids. Now it's
Right.
happened. And all I'm doing is complaining about all the weed smell around town. But we went there and there's this funny thing that happens, I think, when you have had experiences with narcotics in your life, and then maybe you grow past it a little bit, like I have. Not to say I'm any smarter or any better. I'm not. I'm dumber. Actually, probably I should have stayed on the cocaine. I might have been a little quicker. But when I see somebody, it's like it takes one to know one. So when I see somebody who's all jacked out, I identify with them. I mean, I can see it a mile away.
Yeah.
And I know what's going on. And I see that jaw moving. And I see them sweating. And I see the eyes darting everywhere and the nervousness and this whole 9 yards. And then I start to get anxious as if I'm the one doing the cocaine.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, my heart is racing. It's unbelievable. And sometimes I see people that are like way stoned. And I start to get stoned. I feel stoned. I'm having a flashback. I'm like, holy shit. So when people start talking about sticky icky dabs, I'm like, sticky icky dabs is just giving me a panic attack just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Now maybe I'd feel differently if I actually did a sticky icky dab.
You might want to.
Well, I've done a couple
try it
finger
out.
dips in my life. Finger dip, finger dip, finger dip, finger dip. So I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about.
I don't either.
Yeah.
We were the Giantess. We went there.
We were talking about the 7 Little Johnstons.
Oh, right.
So-
okay. I'm glad you pulled it back.
Yeah, I just pulled it back. So the 7 Little Johnsons. So the kid goes and he smokes. He has
The
a couple
gas
incidents
station
with the
weed.
gas station weed. And one of those incidents, he calls his mom and dad. And he's like, "I'm dying."
Yeah.
Right. And they don't know where he is, and he can't articulate to them where he is. So it's like really scary. He's in a fucking hole,
Right.
probably, right? Like a K hole, but induced by,
The gas station.
grass sprayed with fentanyl or something. I don't know. Who knows what that shit is?
Yes.
But so then he kind of gets in this funk for a couple of months, and he sits down with his parents, and his parents are like, "Whatever's going on with you, we just need to straighten it out." That was my dad, and it was my dad. My dad said, not only can you not come back to the house, I'm cutting you off completely.
Right.
Like, don't come back to the house.
Yes.
Not only can you not come live at the house, I don't want you at the house whatsoever. But these parents did the exact opposite. They're like, pack your shit, and next Friday we're coming to pick you up from your apartment, and you're coming back to live with mom and dad.
They're gonna
Because whatever's going on
cocoon
with
him
you,
in.
yeah, they're going to cocoon him in. And it just makes it like I don't know but it's so fascinating to me to watch these like family dramas unfold.
Yeah.
And I wonder what kind of parent I'm going to be when, one of my kids comes in on the sticky icky dabs. I'm going to be like, I'll probably be like, hey, you got the extra?
That's right.
So how's the cocaine where you guys are doing partying? How is that? Is it just, let me taste it.
Yeah.
Let your dad be the taster of
Probably
that.
all going to be medical grade at that point.
It's got to be. You got to imagine
there's
at
a lot
some
of work
point.
being done with psilocybin, the mushrooms.
Oh, the mushrooms are going to be legal pretty soon.
I think so, and I think they should be.
Yeah, I think so
There's
too.
a lot of
MDMA
good
also
stuff.
is going
Yeah.
legal. I believe that cocaine at some point is going to be legal because it's just safer. There's a lot of talk about fentanyl right now, and I'm hearing a lot of talk on both sides of the aisle from all different directions. That first of all, there are these drugs that they can give people to like medically detox them,
Yeah.
but then they keep them on them forever, right?
Right.
Like once you're an addict, right? Whatever that's called, Suboxone or whatever. it's called.
Yeah, I think so.
But there's not a lot of access to it because the government makes the doctors jump through a bunch of hoops, and then the doctors, even if they have the ability to prescribe these things, they don't want to take on too many patients because they're afraid that they're going to be labeled a
trouble.
pill mill or whatever, right? But there's a lot of talk about right now, and I just heard a news report on this morning, legalizing fentanyl, like doses of fentanyl, like they do in Canada. You can go and you can get heroin in Canada. If you are an addict, you can apply for a program where you can get heroin and or fentanyl, and it's dosed to you.
Okay.
So that and then you do it right there in the facility so that if anything happens in the first hour or whatever it is, there's somebody on staff to help you out, to
Yeah.
bring you back, right? Supervise it. And this has changed the way that Canada has dealt with their heroin and their fentanyl problem. And quite frankly, they don't have near as many deaths as we do because people feel perfectly safe just walking into the facility. Now, I don't know that you would want to be the person who walks into the facility and gets your dose of heroin every morning. I mean, that's a whole different story
I guess
altogether.
It's probably better than on the streets.
Fuck yeah, it's better than on the
Yeah.
streets. The streets are dangerous.
Yeah,
Take it from
very.
Uncle Bryan. Streets are dangerous. Kids get killed out there. Stupid things happen. When you're trying to sell your sticky icky with your pager, 911, 911.
Oh.
Yo, it's me, Bryan. I just got the 911. What's up? Yeah, I need 2 bags of weed. Shh. The cop's gonna be listening. Okay, so you need 2 dabs. Where do you need them located? I need you to come to Johnson's. Shh. Don't say any street names. Come to the White House, the one you've been at before. All right, cool. Is your mom and dad home? Because I'm gonna get my mom and dad to drive me over there. My dad will drop off if your dad picks up. Cool. Say we're going to the movies. All right. Don't ever say street names again.
We were so cool. We didn't have vehicles. We had like literally.
my dad will pick up.
You remember that at the mall?
Yes, of course.
We did it. We did it with the
Of
drug
course.
deals. We did it. I swear to God, we did. My poor fucking parents. They had no clue. I'd be like, hey, Dad, you can drop me off at the movies? Yeah, no problem. I would never go to a
The
movie.
movies.
Yeah.
The movies in the mall.
I'm
that
back.
Was,
I'm back buying dime sacks from Daryl, the high school dropout, trying to get loaded. And no matter how much weed I smoked, I just got a headache and a heart attack. That's all I got. Oh my God! Speaking of way back when in the '90s, Chrissy,
Yes.
do you remember the fad? I was looking to see on eBay whether or not if I had kept my Dick Tracy stuff. My Dick Tracy movie collection,
Yes,
my dolls and
your
my
collection.
my McDonald's, Happy Meal toys and all that other stuff that I collected
your
around
mom
the Dick
threw
Tracy
out.
that my mom threw out. Rightfully so. It was
Right.
there when I was 27 years old, so she figured I wasn't coming back for it. If I had kept all that stuff, would it be worth
Would
anything?
it be worth it? Was it?
I looked through as much stuff as I could remember owning, and I think the total
Came up
was
with
about
$20.
$7.67. Yeah, it was worth nothing. They made millions of them. No one cares. No one liked the movie. No one gives a shit. So even the most rare of the collection, which would have been a Dick Tracy poster, like a first edition poster, which I happened to get from the movie theater,
Okay.
is only worth like $32. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Well, good to know then.
Well, it's good to know I didn't throw away a fortune.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll just wait another 5 years, and then it will be a fortune because everything old becomes new again.
True.
But one of the fads so while I was trolling through the internet, the eBay on the Dick Tracy stuff,
Yeah.
for some reason up came Beanie Babies.
Ooh,
and I remember the Beanie
old
Babies.
Beanies.
Cabbage
Those
Patch
things are
Dolls
still around.
and Beanie Babies. They're still around, and they're making a comeback. Like, people now are trading them again.
They
And they're
are.
selling them. For those
I
of you
read
that
an
don't know,
article.
I mean, you have to have your head in a hole not to know what a Beanie Baby is. But it's those cute little bears or toys.
Yeah, they're beanie. They're like a bean bag.
Yeah, they have like bean bags.
And
they're stuffed animals with beans in them instead of beans. I don't think real beans, but beans.
Little beads.
Yeah, little beads.
Yeah.
The kind that get stuck in your child's nose or throat, or the real safe kind. They would make these Beanie Babies, and they made all kinds of Beanie Babies. They were making New Kids on the Block Beanie Babies, Princess Diana Beanie Babies. Yeah. You name it, they were making. I think there's a Dick Tracy Beanie Baby. They made all kind of Beanie Babies. And at one point in the early 90s, these things were selling for tens of thousands of dollars.
It was a craze.
It was nuts. And I think the crowning Beanie Baby is the Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Oh, okay.
And there were 3 versions made. And if you have one version and it's in mint condition and it's in the box, it's still worth $10,000, which is just beyond me why anyone would give a shit about a stuffed bear. Yeah. I don't get it. Basically, the guy who created them, Tyler, he knew that supply and demand, if they caught on, supply and demand would be the key to making them tradable, making them, a collectible item. And so he would buy them out of the Philippines. He would get the people in the Philippines to make them, and he would have certain limited runs on certain ones of them. And it just became this phenomenon. And people were having Beanie Baby trade shows and conventions.
Yes.
So I was trolling on the internet.
Oh, as you do.
As I do like to do, Chrissy. And I found us a Beanie Baby collector video.
No way.
Yes, and I thought we would take it a yonder.
Okay.
Take a yonder. Take a yonder. What is
gander?
That? A gander.
I think you meant a gander.
That's a distance. That's a measurement of distance called a yonder. Over there.
Near the whacking tree.
Near the whacking tree. Down by the creek. We got to get to a mountain monster soon. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at Beanie Babies. Back in their heyday,
Pinter's the Lobster.
Yeah, they actually they made videos about Beanie Babies and collecting them and how to collect them and how not to collect them. So let's take a listen.
Right,
Join
wrong.
They were the beginning of something really big, mysterious, and fun. H. Ty Warner established Ty Incorporated in 1986. A successful global company, they had a beautiful line of stuffed animals, including annual collectible bears. In 1993, Ty Warner came up with an idea to introduce a high-quality but low-price stuffed animal kids could afford and adults would enjoy helping them to collect.
That's so stupid. Ty Warner had an idea to put plastic beads around the earth that would turn into an island in the middle of the ocean that no one could get rid of. Thanks, Ty. Yeah, asshole. I wonder what Ty Warner's doing these days.
I mean, he's probably... I'm sure he made
He
millions.
jumped off a bridge. He made millions, but you know that he was into the collecting part too. So he probably jumped off a bridge when the stock started to go down.
First 9 Beanie Babies were born, designed to be fun, posable characters. Limited availability from the beginning created even a bigger demand.
Sorry, sold out of Beanie Baby. Yeah, they used to have them at Hallmark stores. Remember the Hallmark
You buy them
stores?
at Hallmark stores and collectible stores and little toys, like boutique toy stores. I think that you could buy them at Toys R Us, but I think those were like the ones that you didn't want to collect.
Right.
Yeah, if you could get them at
Those were
Toys R Us.
mass-produced.
Yeah, those are mass produced. I saw a story one time about a father who spent like all of the kids' college education, his 3 children's college education, on Beanie Babies. And it just went south because he held on to them way too long. He thought they were going to continue to rise in value, and they didn't. He spent like $900,000.
That's a sad tale to tell your kids.
Well, thank God that's... Hey, kids, really sorry you can't go to college. But that Dick Tracy poster looks awesome, doesn't it? You want my Dick Tracy poster? Yeah. Hey, Happy Meal toys for everyone.
Retail for $4.99 at most stores. By 1995, many people had started to have a good-sized collection. These collectors spread the word. The fever had begun.
Show me the beanies.
Oh, here comes the music. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's tables.
Lines formed.
Lines formed. Guerrilla gangs formed. People were being kidnapped for Beanie Babies.
Beanies were in the news.
WBBO Talk Radio, hotter than Cabbage Patch Dolls, Smurfs, hula hoops, and pet rocks ever hope to be. Beanie Babies are in the news today. A Hallmark store in Columbus, Ohio.
Hallmark
store.
People waiting in a line over 2 blocks long starting this morning at 5 a.m. The store opened at 10, and even though there was a limit of 3 Beanie Babies per customer, by noon they were sold out. Unfortunately, over 200 people were still in line, and they were upset, but the owner promised more Beanie Babies.
That's wild.
That's wild.
I imagine
That's insane. 150 people in line for a fucking bear with beans in it.
Yeah.
Who cares? I think even had I been an adult at this time, like, see, everybody wants to get rich. Everybody
remember people put in like the back of their cars.
Oh
too,
yeah,
like
the
in the
Beanie
window.
Babies. Yeah, it was an insane time to be alive.
It's so stupid.
Now we got like UN peacekeepers going into the world's largest like nuclear reactor to make sure it's safe. Back then, Beanie Babies. I'm waiting in line for my Beanie Baby. What do people do today that's similar?
Well, I mean,
shoes.
the NFTs have been
but those
big.
they were big
but
for
shoes,
a minute.
Shoes.
Yeah. Everyone got excited about
shoes. I think baseball cards will probably always be around.
Yeah, but even those, like, I don't think they're nearly as popular as they were back in the 80s and 90s.
I don't collect anything.
No,
so.
I don't either.
I'm not up on it.
I collect episodes of the commercial break is what I do. And they don't seem to be rising in value, just to let you know.
Probably start lining up sometime soon. Unbelievable.
Ty opened a website. For many people, the hunt to complete and expand their collection became a quest.
Look at that website. That's the kind of
Quest.
website. Yeah. Quest. That's the kind of website I was getting porn off of.
Exactly.
It's like an Excel spreadsheet with a link on it, and you have to get the porn.
That's definitely AOL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at the little thing that's the AOL.
Yeah. The Beanie Wizard.
The Beanie Wizard.
The Beanie Wizard outlet. Because that's where everyone went for their Beanie Babies back then, was the Beanie Wizard outlet, I suppose.
Lists in hand were the norm.
These people are like checking them off of their list.
Specific Beanie Babies became standard gifts.
Beanie Babies became standard gifts? I never got a Beanie Baby in my life. I never wanted a Beanie Baby in my life.
I had a couple of them, but just like,
I think I had a couple of them, after people off themselves with their non-valued Beanie Baby. Yeah, they would like end up on the street, and I'd be like, oh, a Beanie Baby. I'll pick that up. I'll get that to my future children.
Beanie moms and dads began searching for working friends and buying.
Beanie Baby moms and dads got greedy and decided to spend their kids' education money on get-rich-quick schemes.
Multiples for others that couldn't leave work to find beanies.
Leave work. People were trying to get off work to be able to.
Mr. Johnson, David's on the phone. He wants to know if he can take a half day. Patch him through. What is it, Johnson? Mr. Johnson, I'd like to take a half a day. Why do you need to leave early? Beanie Babies? Pick me up a couple while you're there. I need a couple of zebras and a couple of unicorns. Two Princess Dianas. Okay, Mr. Johnson. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
More people searched the net.
Wow, this is like a thorough recalling of all the things that happened.
Is.
Yeah, and meanwhile, this video was produced in 1997.
I know. Look, what does it say?
It says Beckett and Associates. Beckett is the company that did the baseball cards.
Okay, they got it on the game.
Cards. Of course they did.
Yep.
Even custom software was invented so people could keep track of their collections.
Custom software.
Custom software. What? You don't have an Excel spreadsheet you can get to? Custom software. People were really going nutty about this stuff. There was a whole cottage industry around the Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I do remember that
I didn't realize it went so far as to have its own personal software.
I do remember my parents had to fight some other parents for a Cabbage Patch doll when I was a kid.
What was that? Tickle Me Elmo. Remember that one?
Oh, Tickle Me Elmo.
Back?
I was a little older. Yeah, but I still wanted to.
I heard about it.
Spend the months of your mortgage on a Tickle Me Elmo.
A massive secondary market was created internationally.
Wow.
This is intense.
Yeah, these people are.
I mean,
These
it's
people
really it's
These are the kind of
crazy.
Just perusing around this
hate to
video.
say
These are the kind of people you would expect to collect Beanie Babies.
true.
And with every new retirement of Beanie Babies, values soar.
Retired beanies.
$1,100
I love it for a fuzzy belly.
for a fuzzy belly, mint condition.
Mint condition.
$1,100 fucking dollars.
No.
In 1995, that would be like $2,500 today, or $5,000.
Yes,
I don't
I
know
think
how
like
math
5,000.
works, but it would be worth a lot of money. $2,021.
This is crazy.
$13,000. What in the good fuck?
Entrepreneurs came out of the woodwork.
Oh, I bet they did.
Beep, beep, beady, beady, baby.
People got scammed left and right. Knockoff Beanie Babies were being sold as real Beanie
Look,
Babies.
they're going to the paper.
Oh, yeah, they're going through the paper. Beanie Babies wanted.
Whoa.
Out there in Beanie Land, this is the Beanie King. Hey, you looking for Garcia?
We got him!
Looking for the weenie?
We got him!
Looking for the three bunnies?
We got him!
Call the 800 number at the bottom of your screen.
It's not
We buy,
800.
sell, or trade beanies 24
It's not an 800.
hours.
Call the 800 number 248-588-6676. Is that guy's personal home phone? We should call that number and say we're looking for Beanie.
I just saw your commercial.
Hey, I just saw your commercial and I was wondering if you got that lion Beanie Baby you were talking about. This is probably the guy who spent his kids' money on it, and that's
Look
the
at
kid.
his eyes.
I know, he's crazed over Beanie Babies.
He's the Beanie
Today,
King.
that's right, or you can email your request. We got all those hard-to-find beanies you've been looking for. And remember to pick up a mini dome tent at your favorite gift store. The Beanie King makes them and wants you to have
mini
one.
dome
Beanie
tent?
Baby.
Mini dome tent to hold your Beanie Babies?
That's where they lived.
That- Who? The guy? This guy? Or the Beanie Babies?
Both.
Yeah. Well, the Beanie Babies for a while until he lost his house, and now he lives in the mini tent. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
We got 'em.
Visit the Beanie King at the Ohio State Fair. A royal blue peanut purchased for
Oh, a Beanie King at the fair.
Ohio
That's where you
State
want to be.
Fair.
Okay. All right. Let's see what this guy has to say. Oh, they started selling at McDonald's. I do remember that.
the popularity of Beanie
That's
Babies
probably where
was
I got
incredible.
mine.
Yeah, I think that I was working at
Yeah.
McDonald's at this time, and I think I might have taken one or two. Yeah. Hoping I could get out of my
Cash
dad's house.
in.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies were in the news again.
WCFT news time is 2:03. McDonald's better call the Ronald police, for today McDonald's announced they'd have to cut short their Kids Meal Teeny Beanie campaign due to the simple fact that they're out.
The Kids Teeny Beanie Campaign. Which PR director put that name in front of it?
Not
Hey, it's the Kids Teeny Beanie Campaign. That's horrible.
McDonald's has been overwhelmed by the demand for the miniature Beanie Babies produced
It's a
by
great
Tryin
way to
Incorporated.
sell some Happy Meals. I
Yeah.
can tell you that.
Get you some teeny beanies and put them in your Happy Meals.
Exclusively for McDonald's. The set of 10 Beanie Babies has been sought after by Beanie Baby collectors, grandparents, and kids, and people of all ages. People have been said to have been driving from one McDonald's after another in their quest to complete the set of 10.
Mom, can we go
just
home?
want-
Hold on,
yeah,
shut
yeah.
up.
Shut up, kids!
We got to go to another McDonald's and another one and another
Yeah.
one and another one.
Daddy, I just pooped myself. Put it in the pile with the others.
We're on a Beanie Baby mission.
Yeah, we're going to McDonald's in Tennessee, but we live in Illinois. I don't give a shit. I'm going to get rich. We're looking for more teeny beanies.
They were going from place to place to place.
They were.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. They're probably sending their kids in to buy
That'll
them.
scar a child, I would think.
Listen, I was scarred by getting a Cabbage Patch doll because I was like, what the fuck is that?
I can't believe you got a Cabbage
I never asked for a Cabbage Patch doll.
I had a Cabbage Patch.
I think because my parents saw that it was on TV and everybody was trying to get one,
Yeah.
they thought they would be the cool parents and get me a Cabbage Patch doll. I never got something cool for Christmas again because I think our reaction was underwhelming. I was like, oh. Oh.
You know, they make them here in Georgia.
I do, 'cause
and
then,
Babyland General.
Yeah, because that's the first
They
place that my
birth-
parents
they-
took us.
They birth
Yes.
them out of the cabbage.
I think my mom wanted the Cabbage Patch
Yes.
dolls is really what it was. I think they, my dad went along with it. He's like, really? Bryan and Kevin want a Cabbage Patch doll? I thought Bryan was into Magic and Kevin was into Magic Johnson. Isn't there something going on? And she was like, nope, it's the Cabbage Patch dolls.
Cabbage Patch.
They keep telling me when you're not home. Cabbage Patch dolls, Mommy. Cabbage Patch dolls.
What they're doing with all those hamburgers?
Everybody loved Teeny Beanies. In just 2 weeks, 100 million Teeny Beanies were gone.
100
million?
million? 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks?
That means it's 100 million Happy Meals.
It's 100 million Happy Meals.
Jeez.
There are not 100 million children under the age of 12 in this country today. You know what that means? That means a lot of adults were buying Happy Meals for themselves, hoping they could get a Teeny Beanie. The fucked up world we live in.
Out of 10 picked up for free is now worth $170. The McDonald's Teeny Beanie campaign made thousands more aware of Beanie Babies and helped catapult Beanie Babies to the status of the world's most desirable and successful collectible in history. Thai Beanie Babies have also become a popular item to use for charity and nonprofit fundraising.
Oh, that's right. They have the charity ones, like the specialty
Oh, yeah, the
ones.
specialty ones. Okay, you got to give it up for that.
Yeah.
But let me get this straight. They served 100 million Beanie Babies, and
Teeny
2
Beanies.
months later, they were worth $170. So you bought a $1.99 Happy Meal, which is what they cost back then, because I worked there, because I know
Yes.
a $1.99 Happy Meal, and you was worth $170,
my
and 100 million of who else are you selling these to? When you have 100 million Beanie Babies on the street, where is the demand? Who exactly is buying those? Other collectors that think they're going to raise in value, but when you have 100 million of them, there's no value. There's no squash of demand. That's crazy. If you have 5 of them, right? Like, you know. If we put our commercial break as an NFT, if we only made 2 copies of it, we might get $10 a piece.
Yeah.
If we made 100 copies of it,
the value goes
like
down.
we do now, the value goes down. Rev down, not up. And by rev down, I mean revenue is down.
Of all sizes have joined with TV and radio stations on their efforts.
This morning on KFRD, we're happy to be a part of a great fundraiser for the Old Murphy's Homeless Shelter. If you'd like to have a chance to buy the rare Princess Di Beanie Baby, you can register your silent auction bid by giving a call at 888-623-3000. Once again, that was 888-623-3000.
888-623-3000.
Were these the voices that you were hearing? At
This
the
guy's a little
podcast?
less, but the last guy was definitely one of the
Yes.
I think he was there with his mustache and everything.
The last bid we received was for $2,500. Thank you very much. The Princess Di Beanie Baby will be sold to the highest bidder this Friday at 8 a.m. So give us a call.
What did the
Another
Princess
positive-
Di look like?
It looked like a bear with a hat on it or with a crown on it. Yeah, it's so stupid. Why anybody would want it, I don't know. I mean, I guess after she died, then,
Right.
yeah.
Note of this young and exciting history are the hundreds of new businesses created from the popularity of Beanie Babies. Clothes.
This video has all the markings of you got in on it too late, right? Look at all of the people that are out there doing all of this stuff.
Poor kid.
Yeah, I know. He's dressed like a Beanie Baby. Mom and Dad need to make some money, kid. Now shut up and put that Beanie Baby costume on. I don't like Beanie Babies. Yes, you do.
From all of them, we'd like to say thanks, Ty Warner. Your success is well deserved.
I'm looking up Time Warner.
Ty Warner.
Hi, I'm Steve Canton, producer and host of the Beanie Lover video. I hope you enjoyed the history of Beanie Babies.
Oh, I bet you're a beanie lover there, buddy.
Oh my God.
How many Beanie Babies do you think this guy has had sex with? At least
All of
3.
them.
Yeah, all of them. I make personal love to every Beanie Baby that comes into my collection.
We're going to take you on an adventure that you've never been on before.
Wait.
We're going to the...
Pause, please, because I just looked up Ty Warner.
Yeah.
And he is still alive.
Okay, that's good.
Just take a stab at his net worth.
$2 billion.
More.
$8 billion?
Less.
7.
4.
$4 billion.
$4.4 billion.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Nope.
$4.4 billion.
$4.4 billion.
How in the fuck do you collect $4.4 billion selling bears with beans in them? And why aren't we getting on this train? Yeah.
What can we create?
How easy can this be?
That
we call some people in the Philippines. We
yes.
tell them to make a Beanie Baby, but don't call it a Beanie Baby. Call it a TCB Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
Call it a TC
Special.
Beanie Baby. Yeah.
It's special edition.
Oh my God. I wonder if people would buy a TC Beanie Baby.
There's somebody out there that would.
Oh yeah. But I don't think we can call it Beanie Babies.
No.
So we'll call it TC BB Babies. And we'll put BBs in there instead of B's.
A BB baby.
Beanie Lover Convention, to Rosie Wells' Midwest Collectors Show. We're going to talk to you about the art of buy, sell, and trade, show you how to spot counterfeits, and take you to a seminar on tag generations. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's start.
Sounds
with
like
the
a
art
blast.
of buy.
I'm in it. I'm in for it. Pop the champagne. Let's get
That's
on the
gotta
train.
be a
I'm a
lot of
beanie
fun.
lover. You know, if there are people out there that want to have their genitals smashed by a giant, there are people out there who want to make love to a Beanie Baby.
Oh, yeah,
It's
for sure.
100%.
For sure.
For science, I might do it for science.
Just to
For
see.
science, just to see what it's like.
Sell and trade.
But the art of the buy,
Sell,
sell, and
trade.
trade. We're about to get educated.
Let's talk about the art of buy, sell, and trade.
And why is it an art form to buy, sell, and trade?
It's not.
It's not. Yeah, he just made that up.
It's not an art.
Isn't that something that's very important to every Beanie Baby collector? Sure it is. And what's the best way to go about buy, sell, trade? First of all,
Well, you
First
buy
buy.
one, and then you sell it, and if you don't have any money, you trade them.
Right. Let's go over this.
Let's go over a couple steps in the process.
In the process of buy, sell, trade.
In the process of buy, sell, trade, there's buying, there's selling, and there's also trading. Let's move on to the next step.
check the internet.
You know somebody paid like $49.99 for this fucking VHS cassette. You know they did.
Yeah.
He's making a dickload of, this guy's making a dickload of money
Right.
because they think they're going to get some inside track on how to, you know, negotiate for Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
The art,
once the fad
if you
gets
will.
this big, the fad is already over. You have to be really at the very beginning. It's like any other good Ponzi scheme.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ty Warner made $4.4 billion.
He was at the top.
This guy made a couple thousand.
Yep.
Learn about Beanie Babies. If you don't have a computer, read a book. Buy a video. Hey, there's an idea. You'll learn about beanies in a lot of different ways. You can also learn about beanies by talking to other beanie people, talking to reputable dealers.
I'm sorry.
Going-
I'm like sitting, I'm sitting here thinking about Ty Warner and his 4.4 billion.
It's hard to-
and him like out. You know, he's got like this mega yacht.
Yeah.
So he's got this beautiful house.
That's right.
Somewhere, and you know, you're talking
the Hollywood Hills, yeah.
Next door neighbor comes over. You know, you're talking. What did you do?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you've heard of Beanie Babies, right?
I bankrupt a lot of other people. That's what I did.
I'm that guy.
I'm that guy. Ty's in hiding, probably. There's probably people with
Yeah.
garages full of
Filled.
Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Who don't have a pot to piss in that are so upset that they ever heard the word Beanie Baby. And this guy is probably one of them.
to a Beanie Baby show and dealing with people that are at the vendor tables. Let's talk about Beanie Baby shows. Going to a Beanie Baby show is a lot of fun, but when you get there, one of the things that you definitely shouldn't do is start trading in the middle of the show with other people that
Princess Diana Diana's better.
He's still
No, the Beanie King told me to do it.
In the middle
Yeah.
of this floor.
The Beanie King told me to do it. There's like 30 people that show up at the same time, and they're all just throwing Beanie Babies across the room.
Crazy. Beans
Yeah.
are flying out from ripped Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
People are pulling it.
300-pound Midwestern women are like, ah! 45 people dead today after a Beanie Baby convention went wild as people started trading right on the middle of the floor.
into the show. First of all, this is bad Beanie Baby etiquette. That's right, Beanie Baby etiquette. There is such a thing. Vendors will get very upset. They paid $50 for their table. They paid for advertising. The promoter...
They paid a whole $50 for their table. Sounds like a solid industry.
I'm picturing too, like the side stuff that's going on. It's like, hey, come here.
Hey.
I got it.
I got a Princess Diana. No, it's not real, but who gives a fuck? It's a Beanie Baby. Have you seen some of the people walking around here? I bet we could sell it for like $10,000. Hey, what's up? You want a Zesty Zebra? I got a Zesty Zebra Beanie Baby for sale. No, it's the real deal. I got I got tag generation and all. I learned it straight from the Beanie King. Hey, come here, little kid. You want a lion Beanie Baby? $10. Hey, you got one of them Happy Meal beanies? Those teeny weeny beanies? You got those teeny weeny beanies? I got that good teeny weeny. I got that good. I got that weenie beanie. I got that hush hush on the down low. I got that weenie beanie. You know what I got? Shit. You don't need to go into that show. I got you covered right here, buddy. Right here. What you want? What? No, it's beans. I swear to God it is. But it's clanking around like pieces of scrap metal. That's the real deal there, brother. I got that straight from the Philippines. I went there, bought 1 million of them. I robbed a McDonald's. I got that weenie.
That teeny weeny.
I got that I got that hamburger shit. I got that Ronnie McDonald weenie beanie. What you want? What you need? Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
Paid for people to come in to trade with the vendors. If you start trading amongst each other, first of all, you're not trading with someone that you can usually get a phone number from or locate easily. Now,
why would you need to locate them? What is going on? What do you need, a tracker on somebody to trade a Beanie Baby? It's a fucking stuffed animal with beans in it. No one cares. Okay, they have definitely jumped the shark with me at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a little bit too much. When you need a tracker to do business, you're probably in the wrong business. Let's just do a little more.
About secondary dealers at stores. When you go to a store, don't park out in front of the store and wait for other people to come up to deal with you. That's
what? That's exactly what I was just saying is happening.
He's having to caution people against
Yeah.
it. That means it was happening.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. You looking for that beanie? No? All right. Just checking. Chill out. No, I ain't bothering nobody. Whoop, 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 whoop. You need that weenie beanie? I got that McFry shit.
Oh my God.
I got Happy Meals in the back. Still hot.
Parking in
Free
the,
cheeseburger.
Parking in the parking lot.
I just
Inside the store.
see like an old white man with a mustache. Like, whoop, whoop. Someone just whistle at me? Whoop, whoop. What? Yes, can I help you? What you going in for?
A card
Yeah,
or a beanie.
Yeah. You going in because grandma died, or you looking for a beanie? Ain't got the good beanie in there. That's that shit you can buy in the streets. I got that prime shit. That dibbity dab shit. You know what I'm talking about? I got that teeny weeny beanie.
Oh my God.
I got the kind that drive those kids wild. Keep you coming back. Oh, so much fun.
Once
All
you
right.
get hooked on beanies, I mean, then you might need fentanyl to get off.
Yeah, you need the fentanyl on the way back. You need fentanyl to
Get off beanies.
You need the fentanyl to soothe your woes after you file for bankruptcy. The judge asks what you got, and you say a garage full of Beanie Babies. I probably shouldn't make fun. There are probably people out there listening to this show that went through this. But, you know, we all learn our lessons. I had a Dick Tracy collection. Yeah. We continue to do the commercial break. There's lots of stuff that you should do financially that's ill-advised, but you continue to do it. So don't worry. You need that good break? I got that good break. I got that TCB shirt. All right. Everyone settle down. We'll get back to the Beanie Babies. I promise. There's lots more in this video. It's an hour and 19 minutes long.
No way.
Yes, it is. It's an hour and 19 minutes long. And I haven't watched much of it. Actually, that's about as far as I got in the video. But I promise you, it's probably just as good all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
When you're talking about Beanie Baby etiquette, you know you're taking yourself way too seriously. When you're actually making rules up for how you trade Beanie Babies, you've jumped the shark. That's it. It's done. The fad's
And
gone.
you're calling it an art.
Yeah, and you're calling it an art. That's right. You have a whole section of your video dedicating to buy, sell, and trade Beanie Babies? Come on. You just said don't park in the parking lot and try and do side hustle. Were people really getting that sketchy?
Yes,
over Beanie
apparently.
Babies? Oh my God, it's crazy.
I don't think he would have warned against it.
Yeah,
if
wow.
People hadn't been doing
See,
it.
this is what happens when it takes you 3 hours to download a boob. You got a bunch of old white men collecting Beanie Babies instead of at home whacking off. Keep us old white guys whacking off, and you don't have to worry about Beanie Baby crazes. All right, everyone, simmer down. TCBpodcast.com is where you go. You can find all the audio, all the video, find out more information about Chrissy and I. Hit the Contact Us button. Questions, comments, concerns, content ideas, we take them all through the website or at 661-237-8296. We would love to hear from you. Text us, leave us a voicemail. That is not a spam hotline. It literally comes to our inbox, and we do never sell your stuff. Also, at The Commercial Break on Instagram and the.commercial.break on TikTok. YouTube.com/The Commercial Break. Subscribe and like to your favorite videos. We would really appreciate it. Morgan does a great job of editing them, and
Yes, she
that
does.
show continues to grow. That's all I can do today, Chrissy.
I think that's it.
I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
Best to you.
And best to you out there in the podcast universe. Until next time, Chrissy and I do say, we always say, and we must say, bye.